And then
So then we get home, like the next day, and he shows me the picture.
This is the.
He is the most I shot ever seen.
Okay, are we ready? All right, let's call the meeting to order, pledge allegiance.
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I got it just as.
Roll call. Roll call.
Bennett,
Present.
Kay Goodman, Todd Linebaugh,
Here.
Cassie Hine,
Here.
Howard Bailey,
Here.
Bill Crace,
I'm-
Dave Pearman.
All right, good to see everybody make it. All right. Order of business here, public hearing for additional appropriation, ordinance 12.
You need a motion to open the public hearing?
Yes, we
If
will.
so, I do move.
I have a motion by Bruce to open the public hearing. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a second by Kay. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, public hearing is open. Is there any discussion on the appropriation? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. I read the appropriations ordinance. Unfortunately, when it was submitted, the budget for my lawyer was at 5,000. It's in there, however, I've already exceeded that. I'm just under 10,000. So I would ask that planning commission receive more funds for legal fees because I don't have enough, even with the appropriations ordinance.
Only problem with that is, this is all that was advertised, so
Yeah.
that's all that can
Yeah,
be
this is,
approved
this
tonight.
is, yeah, like Michael Lee said, this is the only thing we can approve. So,
So you have to submit again for what you need, but try to add more to what you think you're gonna need, so we can get it advertised.
anyone else for ordinance number 12? Anyone? All right, I'll ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Dave Pearman. Do I have a second? Second by Bruce Bennett. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, any discussion amongst the board? All right, we don't take a vote on this.
Yes.
Yes. All right, do I have a motion to approve ordinance 12?
That is the money for the community services.
That's part of it.
I-
Part of it, yeah.
I so move.
I got a motion by Bruce. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a second by Todd. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Any-
wait, I gotta say something. Commissioners only approved 70,000 and it was advertised at 80.
Yeah, because they already get 10,000.
Okay, so we're changing that to 70,000, right?
Correct?
That would be right, yes.
And Todd moved and Bruce seconded.
No.
No, I
Bruce
think
moved it, I
Dave
seconded it.
Sherman did.
Oh, I'm
Okay, yeah.
sorry.
Thank you, Dave.
And
Okay.
Bruce seconded.
Okay. All right, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any noes? All right,
Motion, I second it.
ordinance 12.
Well, you got jail seated. Jim Cat
Okay.
Development. Jail seated for 4,158.66 for
Okay,
the,
yeah, okay.
what was that for the?
That was for
Dan?
the metal detectors
Metal
that you guys,
detector.
that was already approved, it just needed to be reposted or
Okay.
something.
Do I have a motion to approve the jail seated fund for the amount of $4,158.66?
We have the funding, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably already paid for
Basically
it.
approved
What's
it,
that?
it just had to
Probably
be
already
advertised.
paid for.
Yeah,
I make the motion that we approve that.
okay, I got a motion by Howard. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Todd. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any noes? Okay,
And then the Cume Cap Development, 2,800 for attorney fees, planning commission, 5,000 attorney fees, BZA. And 4158.66 for metal detector at the courthouse. Totaling 11,958.66.
okay, do I have a motion to approve the Cume Cap Development Fund for the amount of $11,958.66?
I'll make the motion.
Got a motion by Cassandra. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Kay. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any noes? All right, passes. That's all we had on that, wasn't it? So. Okay, next, Kelsey Purcell. Our public hearing for additional appropriation for the North Judson Lane Township Library.
I'm Nathan Orr, I'm the treasurer of the board of trustees, and the president Dave Altman is also in the room with me.
Okay,
Chelsea's unable to join, and we are here representing the board, asking any questions you may have before you take a vote on the matter.
here is the amount that for the library.
You do have the letter with you.
We have an amount that they asked.
Yeah, where's the additional, where's it at, the appropriation?
$65,000 from our rainy day funds, in addition to already appropriated funds we'll be using within our budget.
This was for your elevator, right?
Correct.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, this is just a formality, because it's their fund, but, you know.
Because we are an appointed board and not directly elected.
So I'll have to run a public hearing for that, right?
Even though we don't fund you.
So this was for your elevator?
Yes.
Yeah, I already.
Your elevator go all the way to the top?
I thought I closed it.
It might. Okay.
Sorry.
That was my opportunity. Okay.
It's just,
Excuse me here. I made a mistake and closed the public hearing here a little bit too quick, so we have to reopen the public hearing. So could I get a motion by Bruce?
Yeah, so moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Kay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, is there any public comment on the additional appropriation for the North Judson Wayne Township Library for the elevator? Correct. Nobody? All right.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
You got a motion by Todd, second by Bruce. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so you guys are asking for 65
our rainy day.
out of the rainy day fund,
How much was it?
65,000.
65.
even?
I'll make a motion that we approve the 65,000 out of North Judson Public Library's rainy day fund.
Okay, I got a motion by Todd to approve out of the rainy day fund for 65,000. Do I have a second? Got a second by Dave Pearman. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Painless.
Do you have something for them to sign?
Don't know that, Kelsey. Yes, you did.
There should be.
Yeah, we needed it. That's what, we didn't have no paperwork on it on here. Should be.
You can go to. And could you send me a copy of that, please?
Make sure you get it.
All right. All right, fellas, we thank you very much. Okay, while we're waiting for that to get signed, April.
Yes. Hello, hi, how are you? Good, thank you. I didn't, you did? Oh, no, I'll find you. So I am just here, I emailed everybody, I hope you got it. We're still at a standstill with moving forward with the addition for the coroner's office. It was approved in December of 2024 to move forward with a 12 by 32 addition onto the 24 by 32 foot building. If you haven't had the opportunity to be there, we're crowded, very, very crowded. You know, I mean, and I'm just kind of repeating everything, but our caseload is pretty much doubled from the time that the building was initially built. I'm very grateful, so please understand that it's not that, but we're in a position right now, the building wasn't permitted properly from the get-go. So we're still working on the state release for that. I paid $157 out of my pocket. I thought almost all the paperwork. They sent back that they need more information. I sent them more information. They sent back, they needed more information. I finally sent it to the commissioners and I said, I'm a coroner, not a builder, I need help. They found help and we just got a quote for $9,500 to continue the permit process and submit the last 3 or 4 pieces of information to build the addition. Along with that challenge, the money was appropriated out of ARPA funds, which ended. The money got transferred from ARPA into county general, which now needs to be cut. And nothing's getting cheaper. So I have gone to the commissioners, I talked to them, Mike Vandermark came out, saw the building. Donnie's been there before, I don't know, I know a couple of you have been there before. Anybody's willing to come and look, but I'm just thinking that, and the commissioner said, come talk to you, see if you'd be willing to move forward with me looking at quotes to just start from scratch with a new building. Building something a little bit bigger. I talked to the sheriff, we can put it back on the property where that, like near where that reefer trailer is, that was donated to the coroner's office years ago. And just maybe starting from scratch properly. You know, it doesn't need to be a super huge building, but it needs to be bigger than what we're at. Could look at a 40 by 46 or something, pole barn kind of building. With the proper permitting from the state to begin with. So yes.
What size building are you in now?
Right now it's 24 by 32,
24 by 30.
and we were gonna put a 12 by 32 addition on it.
Hey, Bill. Bill,
Let's say,
could I ask Michaeline, or Teresa, is it Teresa? I can't see through the poll.
Michaeline.
Michaeline.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's being said about ARPA. ARPA doesn't have to be spent until the end of 2026.
Well,
So
they told me March 31st of 2026, it had to be spent. And there was money left over and so much had been designated for county general and there wasn't even that much left in ARPA. So we transferred it over to county general, but it could be put back to her.
okay.
It could be
Yeah,
appropriated to her if you guys so wish.
Yeah. So I think what April was feeling was like that the additional appropriation is going to hurt us. That type of additional appropriation is not going to hurt us.
Right, because it was put in there from the ARPA funds.
I've been sweating, so, yeah, and I appreciate that clarity. I don't know, I don't have the answers. I know the money's tight. The biggest thing, and I've made it public, been public before. Anybody that's been there is no good way to come and see your loved one in that building.
So
You're gonna stand in a garage full of storage after we move a truck out. And it's sad.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
How much money have we gotten invested now into the addition?
Right now, well, because I'm salaried, it's been paid, but I paid $157 out of pocket.
We have no other,
I have not put anything towards, well, I mean, I spent budget money
that's what I mean.
last year.
That's what I mean, is the budget.
And storage to go into the addition, but
But there was no money spent to facilitate the building of that
No,
addition
it's
because
been-
the permits were so
correct.
screwed up.
Yeah, so the city initially said that it wasn't permitted at all. I argued that. I finally threw a whole bunch of people on an email and they were like, oh, well, here's a permit window sticker. And then it has to go through the state, so it's gotta go through the state fire marshal. So I've got all the paperwork
So-
with me. I mean, it's not been a little.
So you have one quote for $9,500 to complete the permit?
I didn't even, the commissioners got that. I didn't get a quote on anybody to complete it because I just finally said.
Seems like a lot to me.
Yeah.
Point I just said, if we're gonna look at, I mean, by now I've gotta look at, the prices on the addition, so, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. So which way are you leaning? Are you leaning towards adding on to the existing building?
Personally,
I
I
mean,
need more space. I mean, I'm gonna go with whatever you guys are gonna fund. I would love to see a new building
so,
set up properly with the intention of the corners.
so this 9,500 that you're asking for,
I'm not asking for that.
you're not asking.
No, I'm not asking you for any money tonight.
Okay, so you're not asking for,
Just mark that, please note that.
City charge,
that's what the engineer said he would charge.
finish up that to make it state. Whatever, so it's state approved.
That seems like a
We
lot.
didn't check with
Yeah.
nobody else, we just took that one. Off the AC, what we kind of come up with.
What I would like to see, and it's the pleasure of the board, I would like to see you reach out to some other engineers and so forth and see what we can come up with.
This is like a lot.
This is a lot and,
agree.
uh,
Yeah, I'm
I
not
agree.
happy to that.
and the reason I know that is because I'm working on state permits right now for the Sanpere Firehouse.
Who is the
Yeah,
engineering
yes.
firm that you?
They reached out to Lee Nagai. I have not contacted any engineers. I was doing it all by myself.
Okay.
I'm just really not good at
Oh,
that.
I'd like to see some quotes, 3 quotes.
Me too.
Reflect my memory, how much did we set aside from ARPA money for this
So
project?
I believe I have it right here,
200,
but we talked about 50,000.
I can't remember.
The cooler was gonna be 23, currently the cooler is 22. Which was nice to see. Due to the shift, okay, oh, that was the old one. I believe that it was, oh, maybe I don't have it with me. I don't think I have it with me. I don't think I have the meeting minutes, but I believe it was 50,000.
Do you know, Michaeline?
Not off the top of my head, I'd have to.
Could,
I can put.
could you back research that and email the council?
It was 22, she said, Donnie.
The building was 47.9 and then the cooler was 23 at that time, so,
Around 75.
yeah. The building quote at that point for the 12 by 32 edition with the repairs from the storm damage that we still have was a total of $47,912.
Plus the cooler.
Plus the cooler was 23.
Well,
So I'm here for guidance. I'm not here for money.
Well, no, you're not gonna build a building at 40 by 46 for probably less than $250,000.
Exactly, that's true. That's
Yeah.
bare bones for
That's
a $250,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm not asking for any, again, I'm asking for guidance and direction to move
So-
forward with anything, because the bottom line is where we're at right now. Even adding the 12 by 32, the truth of the matter is the way our numbers have gone. The next corner is gonna be sitting here asking you for more, you know what I mean? So it's just a matter of, do we wanna keep putting money into something that we had water damage in the first year?
How big is the building now?
12 by 32, or I'm sorry, 24 by 32.
32.
So it ended up being 36 by 32.
With the addition would be at 36 by 32.
Okay.
And the initial building was built for like $36,000.
Is there any other questions before the board?
I have one question, Bill, sorry.
Yeah.
And this is for Howard, because Howard was a coroner for a long time. And I realize the volume's up because of drug overdoses and things like that, so I'm not going down that path. But, morgues typically aren't super fancy anyways, but I'm gonna ask Howard how big of a space he used to work with. I don't remember.
Well. Easy question, back in my day. We had no corners office.
Right.
It was basically shared past from funeral home to funeral home that basically handled it for their term and passed it on to the next funeral home that took it over. So the coroner's office and the facility has been updated a lot since then. A lot of things have changed in 30 years. She is cramped for space. It is. When you have to pull a vehicle out to accommodate families, that's probably not a good thing. And I can vouch for April. She is extremely limited on cooler space. Those are two concerns.
And I have a second round of cooler issues this past weekend, so.
The cooler that she's got out there is a very low grade. We have one,
That it is,
but ours isn't.
I don't take
used-
it personal.
No, I'm not, ours isn't used to the extent that yours is. She held a deceased for, what, 45
6 weeks the one
days?
time, yeah.
Right, 45 days, and then dealt with all of her needs. I'm not promoting building her a new building. I'm not committed to do that.
I agree. Fine.
But I do think her original plans that we were going to use the ARPA money for to update the office and expand and get her the proper cooler that she needs should certainly be on the table. Does that
I'd
help
say
you?
let's try that first. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, we haven't even tried the plan, and then, talking about spending this kind of money, like, we have to start thinking about the fact that we're going to be 625,000, and that's a low estimate short next year.
Right.
So, I realize I really appreciate the coroner's office, worked with the office for years, a firefighter, but I mean, there's a lot of things that are needed right now, and I don't know where we would find that money.
Okay, Commissioner Binkley.
All I say, the engineer, I'm okay with getting another quote on it, as long as we ask him, can they do it now?
Okay,
He's been a year and a half
Yeah.
trying to do it.
Right.
all right, so,
And
That, I don't care which one does it,
It
we move forward for her.
we are, and we're obligated to build her an addition onto this building with ARPA money. What I think we need to do, it's been 2 years now.
In December 24, it was. approved.
And you had, we were talking about 47 and change for the building.
Correct.
23,000 for the cooler,
Correct.
22 now, but 23. I think we need to, I do think we need to stick to our obligation. But maybe we should probably have some updated costs between 2 years ago and now.
Is there any reason why we can't continue on with what we?
No, I'm fine
in the
with that.
first
I
place?
just, with that, I'm just trying to look at options, and I was under the impression that money was tied into somewhere where we were really gonna be in a spot to use it, or put the county in a worse spot to use it. Which is why we talked about, like, I mean, this is, this would be approved, this is. With the solar ordinance, it would be an approved, like, building out of that, and I know everybody's coming at that, so I'm not asking you guys to, I'm asking for help to move forward.
So I agree with Howard that we need updated cost,
right,
but $9,500 in engineering in order to build a $50,000 building seems extreme. However, back in the day when we started Bennett's Feed and Supply, the engineering fees and stuff for our little building, I thought was astronomical too. But I think if we get some different quotes for engineers and updated costs for the building, and you say the cooler is still about 22?
Yeah, I just,
So it had
not even
gone-
about the quote, no, it actually was down a little bit, which I need to have, I'm gonna have Tony or somebody look at, make sure we're still on the same, that we've done everything right with that, but it was down just a tiny bit from where it was before. And I'm fine with the addition, we just have to do something, I mean, it really,
Oh, I agree.
and
It's-
it's more, I have families coming in and are like horrified that they're standing in a garage, and they should be.
So that's
I mean,
attached to Jack's jail, right?
no, it's a standalone, it's the commissioner that came and looked at it, sat outside and emailed me and said he didn't think he was in the right place, cause he thought he was in a maintenance shed, and that's. So if you're looking at the jail, if you're looking at the sheriff's department, it's the pole barn on the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I thought it was attached somehow, so, okay.
So in a perfect world, to start over and build you what you really need. April is probably not possible.
No, and
It's just not,
I mean,
we,
it's,
with Dave said, we're gonna be facing some major, possibly some major, budget cuts due to the state of Indiana.
okay.
But what I'd like to say is, we are obligated with the ARPA funds that we did set aside for,
Absolutely.
and I feel we need to carry that.
I'm.
And
3 quotes, you guys all right with 3 quotes? That's what I'd like to see is 3
Yeah.
quotes on
I'm
each.
good with that.
And this has been a little over 2 years in the making. We need to move on and get your building straight.
Shout out to the guy who got, the approved quote to begin with, and he said he could still do the addition and the repairs and everything, so I can ask him again for updated information. Do you need me to get new quotes on all of that, since that was already approved through him to begin with?
Well, I
He's
think.
not gonna- he's not gonna.
That's what I mean, and I can get new amounts.
Let's bring us 3 quotes and let's start there, then we can look at the quotes, look at the prices. And we'll make a decision from there. Are you guys comfortable with that?
Well, the 3 quotes on the 95, on the permitting
On the
situation.
permanent situation.
I'd like to get new quotes on the building itself.
Oh, yeah.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but we need to do that.
You'll have.
Hold on a second.
Shout
Hey,
out to
Bill,
17
You have to.
and
Bill,
got
let me
one
ask something.
quote this time.
Okay, Dave?
hold on a second. Now, did we get, so April's saying that the original builder's still willing to do the work for the same price. Did we take that quote on a sealed
Same
bid?
price.
I didn't
Oh, I
say,
thought you said.
I gotta ask about the pricing for him, so.
Oh, okay. Well,
But it's a-
my question,
So if it's
Go ahead.
over 50, all we have to do is send out 4 3 quotes, verified through quotes. It doesn't have to, not have to be a sealed bid.
Right.
Is this
what
gonna
was the
be-
previous bid?
It's actually one.
If it's 47,
Was
then it's
the
gonna be
previous
50
bid
dollars.
sealed?
Okay.
Was the previous bid a sealed bid?
No.
Was the previous bid a sealed bid?
No, the previous bid was me calling every single human being I could find and getting
No,
3 to show up.
That's okay. You don't have to explain it. I just want to make sure
Yeah.
that we're not
Okay.
in breach of any
Two different
obligations.
Okay. Get us 3 quotes on the permitting for the engineering, get that
Okay.
back to us. And let's follow our plan that we started out with. There's no way we could build a
That's
totally
fine.
new
You
building,
just need
so at
something.
least that's my opinion.
I think maybe you were under the assumption that you lost the ARPA.
It's absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, those 3 quotes and bring those back to us.
Okay.
If you could, please, soon as you get them, email them to us so we can review them
Okay.
before the meeting, so we just don't come in and they're here.
No,
If you could do that, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
In April, since I was confused, I could come out and you could show me, because I was confused on what we were doing.
If you guys,
Anytime,
if you guys set a point, I've never been inside either, so
okay.
just let me know. I'd like to come out.
Yeah, let's do it to her.
You guys, I mean, I'll email you my phone number or whatever.
Is the trailer still, I mean, I know.
The reefer trailer,
Yeah.
no, the cooling unit went out and it's
Oh.
almost more to, that was donated by the state, the cooling unit went out and it, so I can't use that.
Okay.
So right now that's, I had body bags stored in there, but then it leaked, so that was a bad idea, so now I have body bags stored at the sheriff's
You know,
department.
it for a quick fix too, that maybe we ought to go look for a good used one.
For the
no.
reefer trailer,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
not a good, but something that's,
yeah,
Maybe, what about one of those containers they're using now? They bring out, sit down, it's all sealed up and. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the guy on Total Will,
you're talking.
for storage, for dry storage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just for a fallback.
Yeah, cheap.
It's probably more than what the cooler is that she wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I think those,
are
those
expensive.
small container trailers, they're, I think you can get a pretty nice one for around $5,000
For storage.
for storage.
It just means storage for supply.
Supply.
Yeah, supply.
That's very onerous. I was old.
We can rent storage if it comes to that. Why don't we just get the
Yeah.
quotes first and see what the timeline is?
Okay.
Yeah.
We spent-
All right.
Okay.
Good deal.
Sounds good.
Any other discussion for the board?
No.
Everybody good? All right, April, thank you. We appreciate it.
Ladies, thank you.
All. Hey, Jim,
Yeah. Well, we're right on time.
I'm asking Eric. I'm asking to use my own. Asking you.
Yeah.
Well, that's better than asking for ours. Or the taxpayers, I should say, not ours.
What this is I went in front of the opening board, and we need to have DEA compliance. As a matter of fact, this morning, when I got it approved right after that, I had a DEA surprise inspection. And this is for the very first page, is what was approved by the board. 38,000 for the DEA compliance package. These will come from the restricted opioid fund, which is what it designed.
This is all for rescue.
Yeah, you got a copy.
You look at the bottom and just, that's where it was approved through the bottom. No.
You're gonna get smacked. Thank you.
So the total's 38,346.83.
Yes, and that comes from the restricted opioid funds.
Restricted open.
Is it?
That says unrestricted.
That was the first.
Yeah, it says unrestricted, but
Yeah, I know, I wrote unrestricted, that was my mistake.
okay.
I was trying to get it printed out quickly and I copied what I had.
Okay.
Down. But they approved it for the restricted opioid fund because it meets the DEA guidelines for the restricted and the federal guidelines. That is for the base box, if we did not pass the initial DEA inspection this morning. I said, what you're looking at, the Hope Restoration, that was
Yeah,
attached to the other
yeah.
one. But the approval is the highlighted portion at the bottom.
That's highlighted. Well, I heard this.
But it's basically approved. It went through the commissioners this morning, they approved it. So I'm just here asking for your blessing to use the restricted opioid funds to pay for that one.
All right, what's everybody think? Any questions or?
What do we have in the opioid fund?
That I know we have
A lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought it was a lot. Do you have that, iPhone?
Yes, I do.
I think, yes. Could be wrong.
Bill, you want to do them one at a time.
What's that?
You want to do it, because I gotta say.
Yeah, I want to do them separate.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, thank you. That way everybody's clear on which one and.
So which one are we dealing with now? The 38,683?
Yes, sir.
If we have the amount of funding that I think we have, I will gladly make that motion to approve.
It's
But
right now.
I want to hear it.
The opioid restricted fund has 355,384.89 as of today. And the unrestricted has 101,820.54.
Okay, so I have a motion by Bruce. Do I have a second?
I'll second
I have a second by Cassandra. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
And what are
Any
you,
notes?
which one are you approving?
The 38,000.
38,046.83.
Now the second page is something that just happened today, Jim?
No, the second page, something I've been working on. This is actually coming. Apparently, we need to have you approve what I spend out of donations. So our donation fund has roughly $24,000 in it. And has to go through an appropriation now.
And that's what this is?
The 3550 is for the Polaris. It's a rescue slide-in skid. So if we have to go off-road, we can secure the patient in the Polaris. That's what the donation fund was earmarked for, was equipment, clothing, or just basic daily needs. So that would, we will have to have a public hearing for that.
Just approve. All right, well, $3,550 even. What's everybody's thought?
I think it was, you're spending on what it was meant to be,
Yeah.
donations for
equipment.
equipment.
I'm good. Somebody make a motion?
I'm good. I'll make the motion.
All right, I got a motion by Kay. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a second by Cassandra. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any noes? All right, motion proves $3,550 even.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
For your donation fund,
That
right?
comes up.
Out of the donation fund. Is that all you have, Jim?
That's all I have, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. All right. Okay, hope restored.
Yes.
Thank you.
So my name is Megan Johnston. I am the board president for Hope Restored Recovery Home. I'm also here with Carrie Sanders and Carissa Estes. Carrie is our board secretary and Carissa is our board treasurer. We are also requesting funds from the opioid settlement funds. Before I get into that, if you don't know what Hope Restored is, we're a recovery home for men in North Judson. We help men who are struggling with addiction and substance use problems. We have 10 beds, so our residents live in our home and we require certain things of them. They're drug tested. They are required to get a job. They have household chores. They're required to go to so many meetings a week. So we're really just providing that structure and that accountability for them to achieve and maintain their sobriety. We're a nonprofit organization. We opened 3 years ago, so in January of 2023, and we've served about 60 men since we've opened. Our staffing structure, we have one full-time director and an assistant director who is part-time. And we're also governed obviously by a board of directors. We're a nonprofit organization, if I didn't say that already. So our request is, we initially went to the opioid committee requesting 1 year salary for our director, our full-time director position, and that comes out to $52,000. The director's paid $40,000, and then the extra money would go towards to pay for benefits and just payroll, taxes and costs. When we went to the committee, they were unanimously in favor, but they actually suggested that we request 2 years of that salary. I think with the thought that having that 2 year buffer would really help us to gain a strong sort of financial foundation and be able to kind of bolster us to continue. We are funded primarily by our resident rent payments, as well as we hold 2 large fundraisers a year. So that's where most of our income. We're requesting this money because we were able to kind of get by our first year that we were open, but these last couple of years have been a little tough for us. We're in the red every month, trying to kind of keep up with rising costs and things like that. So, yeah, that our request would be 104,000.
Any questions for the council? You guys got any questions?
If we're gonna fund it, personally, I feel that we should only fund 1 year at a time, because we don't have a contract, we're not. And once again, we're funding a salary, which we all know,
Yeah.
in the past funding salaries, this is basically a grant, because it is gonna run out.
Mhm.
So opioid money is not gonna last forever. My thought is, I don't have a problem with funding it, but I would not want to give them the money for 2 years all at once.
So, yeah, so you would be like
I
52,
agree.
right?
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, if we wanted to fund it 52, even 52, and say the payment is this year, and the next payment is, or next year and the year after. I mean, I don't have a big problem with that, but
Well,
I think 1 year at a time is
Yeah.
enough.
Well,
Because for the benefit of everybody, I mean, things could change. They could change either way.
Right,
They could change for the better for you, or they could change for the worse.
right.
So
Right.
I think in all fairness,
I like 1 year better. I don't like these 2 year
I don't
ones
either.
anymore.
we got enough 2 year deals, or
Yeah.
you know, anymore.
This is for one employee,
That is for one employee for that.
$104,000.
No.
That's
That was for 2 years, Bruce.
This was for two.
That's why I
Divide it in two.
That's why I think
52,
1 year.
52,000 includes like benefits,
It
right?
does.
Yeah.
Which historically, we haven't been able to offer benefits, we haven't been able to afford it.
Yeah, I
or-
go along with 1 year. Yeah, I apologize.
It's okay.
Just for myself and for the public, I have a few questions. Are your residents court ordered, or
Yeah.
do they come in on
I have
their
the same question.
own? Are they
Yeah, good question. We have both. So we have
have both?
some that are
Okay.
court ordered and required by probation or the boards or whoever
Okay.
to be at our house, and some that come voluntarily.
The building itself, the grounds of the property, who owns it?
Is owned by Shane Good and Steve Pertha. So they own the building. It's actually a really large building, and there's we're not the only, we rent from them, so we're not the only tenant. So it's kind of a large apartment, if you will, like a very large apartment. But there's other apartments in that building. So it's in North Judson on Lane Street. I don't know if you're familiar. It's a
Yeah.
Used to
big-
be across from the little Charlie Route Chevrolet.
Yeah, I know where it is.
So the people that are involved, do you, like transport them to work and different things? Cause my wife and I did a ministry years ago.
Okay.
And the problem is keeping them away from their old friends.
Yeah.
And so I apologize, but this is the way it is. Yeah, your program sounds like it worked. We had a lot of success, but they always fall back into that.
It is we
Hey.
provide transportation as much as possible, and there's a 30-day kind of restriction when they come in. They're not allowed to
Drug testing.
go home. Oh, yeah. Lots of drug testing, lots of accountability. That is an unfortunate reality.
Yeah,
So we
no, it
solve
is.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who oversees, you're requesting the $52,000 a year,
Mhm.
who actually oversees that person?
Uh,
Who do they answer?
the board does.
Board.
So my question is, if we approve this $52,000, when is it from and when is it to,
Yeah.
It's for
as far as date wise?
fiscal year
January to December. But we haven't discussed that as a board on when that would start. I would assume as a board, we would designate it when we've received it.
See, the only reason I asked that is the 52,000 we approve. Is that gonna be prorated? Until where we're at now, since we're 6 years in, or 6 months in the year? And if the other 6 months have been paid, if you're in the red for all that, fine, but I think we need to know those questions or those answers. So, we know how we're funding you. I guess this may sound bad, but I'm just gonna say it. So I guess my thing is, if we give you 52,000 this year, we're halfway through the year already, okay? And then next year we give 50,000 for the whole year. What happened to,
Yeah.
what happened to the other 6 months?
What happened to the
Yeah.
leftover from
Yeah.
this year?
We can do it however, I think what Chris is saying is, probably if we receive the money, it would just go from the year.
So
New
like
year.
July 1st
From
to
July 1st.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's better.
We'd be happy to do like a January to December, whatever.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just trying to define
Yeah.
the timeline of it is all.
Yeah, because 6 months, we don't wanna,
Yeah.
we give you this money now and you come back in
In
January, it's only been 6 months, we don't.
And we would be happy to provide like a report and a payout, showing that this money went to where.
It's all for employee.
Their current
I'd
salary.
like to see it from July
is
1st to
being
July
paid through,
1st.
You said rent? How's it
Charge
being
our-
paid now?
Yeah, all of our expenses are paid. We charge our residents rent, so they pay $800 a month. And that covers their room and board, food. And then we hold 2 large fundraisers each year and generate interest that way.
So when are those coming up? The Mint Festival? Do you guys?
We don't do the Mint Fest, so we have our Harvest Hustle, which is a 5K run in the fall, and then we have a cook-off in the spring.
So if we grant you the 52,000. That's going to lighten your financial situation of it. I'm assuming drastically. What are you gonna do with the extra money? Just
Great
tell us what your plans.
Great question. We don't have plans. I know. We have not, I should be careful saying this. This county needs a female recovery home. We don't have one. We don't have a house for women that struggle with recovery. And so we've talked about that. There's no set plans for that at all. But essentially, receiving this money would allow us to begin to think about things like that. Because right now we're just trying to get by and survive. But there is so much more we could do. So yeah, it would just set us up for a good foundation and be able to build off of that.
So for just the public, how many people successfully complete your program a year?
A great question that you ask, and it's a really it's really hard to answer because success is hard. We have seen, I would say probably about a 50% success rate in terms of people that do everything that they're supposed to. They stay for the minimum 6 months, and we give them a certificate. Now,
enough.
what they do when they leave,
Right. You have no control.
I would think 60% is outstanding.
Yeah.
So then,
Knowing the industry.
so you're saying they're there by court order,
could be.
or they could put themselves in. So obviously, when that person puts their self in, they're not obligated to stay for any time at all. It's up to them.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you have a self check-in, do they pay a monthly payment to you?
They do.
They do,
Yep,
okay.
yep. We're usually weekly, we ask for rent, so, yeah.
Okay.
And
Oh, hey, Bill. When
Yes,
you're gonna
Dave.
break too, Bill? No, can I chime in when you're gonna break? I think Howard started to go, but I'd like to say something before we stop too.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, is that okay with you, Howard? I heard you started.
No, you're good.
I just wanted to point out, just so the public understands after this meeting, so we don't get crucified, this is not tax money that we're approving for this effort. It's money that was set aside primarily for recovery. A lot of what we funded so far has been for the penalty phase and for EMS and things like that, which is great. But we really haven't done a lot of recovery work with these funds yet either. So I think this is really a good bona fide thing. Because it really is if you don't think about it, it really is a great thing. It's really great the way North Judson supports, you know, it's a really, and they're a really friendly neighbor to the community in North Judson.
Okay.
Okay. So who's on your board of directors?
So it's me, I'm the board president, Carissa is our treasurer, Carrie is our secretary. We have, Dave Pierman is on our board.
Oh, failed to know that.
Um,
Dave
Who am I missing?
Johnston,
Jesse Johnson, my husband.
okay.
Well, I should say,
Okay.
Jesse
Right.
Keen is also, and so they are. Jesse, my husband Jesse just recently stepped down from the director's role, and Jesse Keen, who was on our board, is stepping into that role now.
No, then.
This would come out of unrestricted opioid fund?
No restricted.
Restricted.
It
Well,
applies directly to
well, okay.
No, I made a mistake. Oh, wait a minute. Say restricted or?
Oh, that was not his.
anything.
Well, what I was,
The commissioners approved it to come out of restricted.
okay, but we had,
Do they, the board approved?
how much did we have in restricted? 358,000.
300,000.
The board approved.
And then we had a little over 100 and some thousand in unrestricted,
1,000.
and then we just spent 40,000 of it.
Mhm.
You had. But you get money from it every year, but right now you have 355,384.89 in restricted. And 101,820.54 in unrestricted,
But we just spent, with Jim, we just spent
40, about
40.
42,000.
And that was out of restricted.
That was out of
What's
restricted, so you still have
oh, that was
over
out of
300,000
Okay.
left.
That's in restricted, okay.
Yeah.
Out of restricted,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and this one, and we wanna take this out of unrestricted?
No, restricted, the commissioners
restricted.
approved it to come out of restricted.
Yeah.
Okay.
This money
Okay,
she's asking.
Okay.
all right, so out of the 358,000.
Yeah.
So we have,
Okay.
we have the funding to do that,
Yeah.
and like Dave said, that's what it was designed for. So I'll make a motion that we fund it for 1 year.
Well,
1
second
year. Got a motion by Bruce, I have a second by Kay. All in favor?
that.
Any no's? All right,
Bill,
it
can I
passes.
just ask a question? I wasn't sure who I heard, but it sounded like somebody had a problem that I was on the board. I'll abstain if
We're good.
No, we asked who's on the thing. Good, just ask the question.
Well, we're
I
good.
couldn't hear who asked, but I might
Because you
abstain.
won this without.
So we will do the 52,000, July 1st to July 1st, so make sure you come back before July next year, June. Get on the agenda so we can get things rolling and.
I would sure like to see your itinerary that when you work through the, you just compare them. So, but that'd be all right? Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, appreciate it.
I'm not in charge.
What's that? Yes,
So would they send an invoice? I know a lot of other organizations.
yeah, they would have to send some type of invoice to the auditor.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to send an invoice to the auditor.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Okay, all right, moving on. So Todd Wine.
Yeah.
Is next.
I have some questions about the cancellation of our last meeting that I think needs to be clarified.
Could I make a statement?
I'm talking right now.
Well, I'm gonna be talking too, because I want to explain why.
Well, let's say is the email we got said that it was canceled by you because they lacked the quorum. But Bruce, myself, Howard and Cassie were never contacted and we planned on being here. So we had a quorum.
I understand.
What is the real reason the meeting was canceled?
The real reason the meeting was canceled, because I was calling around trying to see if we were gonna get a quorum.
You never called any of us.
I did not make it to you. Will you let me explain?
Right, there's 4 people. There's your name.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to explain. I am going to explain whether you like it or not.
Okay, go
So you
ahead.
might as well get ready to hear it.
Okay.
So first of all, I would like to apologize to everyone that was gonna come to that meeting. I was trying to call around to see if we had a quorum. I called Justin midway to see about canceling the meeting if we didn't have a quorum. Right after I got off the phone with Justin, I had a family emergency that required my immediate attention with surgery with my mother, and so I canceled the meeting. There was 2 items on the list. That was it. It was the first two things we did under business tonight. So I apologize to you folks. I apologize to the folks online that we canceled the meeting. And I also apologize to you guys, but I had a family emergency and I did not have time to move on with it. So, had it been a midstream emergency, or something that wasn't acquired my attention so quickly, you would have heard from me or got a text message. But in an instant, things changed. So that's the real reason why.
So about the other meeting where nobody showed up but us four, and you didn't contact anybody at that meeting either? When you were on a cruise or someplace, and I had to run the meeting.
Dave or Todd, I told everybody I was going on vacation here at a meeting.
Never told me.
I'm always gone for spring break. I've made that here before. I was gone last year, spring break.
All I'm saying, Bill, is that's fine, but I think especially since the meeting was changed from the original date, we all made arrangements to be here and planned on being here on a Friday, and there was no communication. Yeah, big weekend.
Anyway, I apologize to you guys. I apologize to them.
Let's have an honest explanation of why it's being canceled.
Yeah, not say there's,
That was not true
no,
or correct, that
No.
there was not a quorum. You didn't know, and we did have a.
And I did not have time to go on with it to find out if we had a quorum.
Explain that.
yeah.
Instead of just jumping to no quorum, that's misleading everyone.
Well, I give you guys my explanation. I apologize to you folks. And,
Does the president of the board have can you just cancel a meeting? Do you have that authority?
Yeah, well, Bill's question to me was, he said, if we don't have a quorum, what do I do? I said, well, if you don't have a quorum, cancel the meeting. So
You didn't know
that we did have a quorum.
We would have had a quorum.
Yeah, so to answer your question, Bruce, more directly. He does, but if 4 members say we still want to meet, they can still have the meeting scheduled and continue because you do have a quorum. So it's not like the president could just override everybody else's.
It's just the principle is all.
It was, first of all, it was nothing meant in a bad way. And I will tell each and every one of you guys, if you guys have an emergency, especially like I had, I fully expect you guys to go deal with it. I'm sorry, but your family comes first. And when you have what I had, I think I would be disappointed if you guys didn't go take care of it.
But we couldn't cancel a meeting.
So, but anyway.
We would just not show up, not send.
No, I'm not
saying.
No, I'm saying take care of your issue that came up, Bruce. I mean, there was 2 items on the meeting. You got an email before the meeting. So, I didn't leave you hanging completely out to dry. It's not like you showed up and, oh, hey, no, the doors are locked.
But the money that was needed in those appropriations were kind of critical since they were to dealt with courthouse security. So I assume they probably went ahead and got paid without it ever being advertised and approved like it should have been. Am I correct? Yeah, I'm correct, see? So there we go. By not having it needed, we did something that we should not have done.
We went ahead and paid it because you guys had basically approved it.
Right.
At a previous meeting, but it hadn't been.
And as a normal thing, we will not pay until the additional appropriation hearing this, which that shouldn't have been paid. Well, that's why we should have had the meeting and it should have been paid and we should have followed the rules like we were supposed to.
Different thing we didn't get here. So you got your say, we're moving on. So Julia Miller, County Extension.
That's what the bylaws are set up. If there is any bylaws.
Good evening. Thank you guys for your time. So as you know, I'm the 4-H youth development educator currently and county extension director, but Lupe is joining is changing roles with extension to be regional operational leader.
Yes.
So that means, extension is transforming into focusing on 12 regions within the state. And we are part of region 1 and he is one of our regional operations leaders. So I've been serving as a county extension director, the department head, and now Lupe is going to be doing that role for 4 counties.
I get to share her headaches more than anything.
Yes.
What did you say his name was?
Luke, I'll leave you my card. Lupe Valtiero.
Got a name tag and everything.
Yeah, he does have, and I say it's a new.
I just got out of a meeting right now. We've had our second meeting, so.
He started this role June 1st. Is what it's gonna be. So he's gonna be that contact for as the department head, as as I have been in the past. So he'll be the one that you work with budgets and any requests from the extension office, but we're here to support him from the extension office. I will be still serving as a 4-H regional educator in Starke County, or based in Starke County.
Yeah, not to take up too much of your time, thank you for sharing, or for giving us the opportunity. And for hosting Purdue Extension here in the county, you provide us a valuable resource in doing that to allow us to serve our communities here and throughout the state of Indiana. We are in the process of transitioning Extension. You may have seen some things in the news. You may have come across a couple of YouTube videos that Dr. Abbott has put out and everything. The intent is to provide Julia and the other educators around the state additional support in terms of programming. Julia introduced herself proudly as a 4-H educator, and people may think that that's the only thing Extension does. But Extension has a breadth of services that are available to help the community improve itself in the process. And we're looking to help expand those opportunities throughout the counties in the state of Indiana. And that's part of where the restructuring starts to come in. So Julia's here. She's going to continue to be an important element in this particular area. She's going to help orient me more than anything. I'm going to be learning from her more than she's going to learn from me right now. And I appreciate her support along the way and the ongoing support of the county as well.
All right, welcome aboard. Will this require any funding changes of any kind?
Oh, we're in the process of developing the budgets, and I think the draft was turned in this morning.
I think
Okay.
this weekend, I think.
Yeah, for the budget.
And by the way, Purdue is the real Indiana University, just so everybody knows.
I have to be from both, so I can get away with either one.
Yeah, some grandkids that went there, so.
Yeah, Bill's got degrees from like 4 different colleges.
Yeah, so as we go through the budget process, I'll be one of the contact people, but again, Julie will be right alongside saying, here's where we are, and here's what we've done in the past, and here's where we need to be in the future as well.
Yeah, well, welcome aboard.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Okay, Amy from the Park Department.
Thank you.
Hey, Bill, while Amy's coming up, I just wanted to tell Bruce 16-0, baby.
Now be careful, I don't know stuff, brother.
What did you say?
Something about Notre Dame, I'm sure.
I thought you said something about blue gold Bruce.
No, this was Indiana University, 16-0.
Mr. Wickert's back there too. I better be here.
Hi, guys. These are copies of the RFP on Tuesday. The park board voted to go forward, hiring United Consulting to do the RFP for the electric at the campground. Once we get that, we're gonna pay for that out of our budget, out of repair and maintenance. And then, once we get that back, which in 60 days, then we'll really know what's going on with the electric. And we intend to come before you and ask for a loan to get it fixed properly. And hopefully,
Yeah, and within our budget, what we're submitting is we've asked for a range. So if we take a loan, and then our expectation would be to pay half of that loan back to the county of the total over 5 to 10 years.
Then what about the other half?
Depending on how much that number is, because up until this, for 10 years.
Be like a matching
talking
grant.
about
That's
this,
true.
we just don't know
I think like the-
I just don't know the total.
Just-
That's.
Just for public record and so forth, how much is United charging for their services?
Up to.
Up
on the
to-
3rd page, you're gonna see the breakdown of.
Right, and what that covers is utility design and coordination. So that's like not the schematics of exactly what the vendor would submit their bid on, so that we have one set of plans that all vendors would have access to. Building services and then also services. So having those schematics out there is the important thing for us. To be able to have one set of plans for.
So,
Setups.
so how much, what's your surplus now for this year?
Tell me what was our carryover from
Yeah.
last year? I think there was 91,000.
But right now it's sitting really good. It's over.
So what's kind about next year? I hear that you wanna hire somebody, a new full-time person.
I would like to add a full-time position.
So how's that gonna affect your ability to pay us back?
I don't think it'll affect it at all.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and part of the reason is part of this electrical infrastructure improvements is to also make sure that there's meters going to every single site.
So I think there'd be additional money coming in off of those meters.
Right.
Well, that's what, they would have to take park board action. We haven't made those decisions yet, but that's, I think the inclination of the park board is to look at the different revenue now coming in. Because we have those meters available, so.
But I think Bruce is right. That'll make a huge dent in the utility bills. I mean, I wouldn't jump the gun. Let's get the RFP. You guys might be able to pay it back in a few years, no problem, and still have surplus to do other things.
Right,
I
so,
hate to speculate.
this is really just, this is
You're
just
gonna have
step
to
one.
lower the rent once you get meters.
You get the numbers. I mean,
And
we've had,
with your creativity, I can see events going on there all year round.
Mhm.
And I just think
So
that could be a real calling
well,
card for somebody.
actually, with the last project, we put in of the park board funds, probably was it 40,000?
well, we put in $500,000.
Yeah.
But we made sure that all the improvements were covered by new roofs.
Yeah,
The park board money, so I just wasn't sure if everybody was aware of that, so.
and we were using this game just for money.
Are you guys gonna so get these new meters going and so forth, this all works out? Are you guys gonna start putting a percentage of that back for future maintenance with the electrical stuff? So that you'll have a line item in the future if you need to repair, fix, or.
Yeah, that's the board question, and we have that answer yet, but I would think that the funds, because we receive, I think what was it, Nisco bill was 30 to 40,000.
45,000.
So we were hoping to be able to recoup that funds from the meters to be able to pay that amount back.
The whole year?
Well, yeah,
You know, and all fairness,
Really?
no, it isn't,
I mean-
but that's a good chunk of money to be able
Oh,
to
that's
pay.
a lot.
And it'll be a lot more now because the beach house is
Right.
open with the concessional things.
in all fairness, you guys are dealing with 60 years of neglect.
Yeah.
Well, it's an old infrastructure and we made all the improvements that the planning director told us to get us through this year. We've been talking about this for 10 years.
I was a commissioner when the state made us take it as a gift.
Yeah, it wasn't a
And
gift.
I would have liked to have seen condos built out there, but in hindsight, that would have been a dumb move. But I can see a lot of positive things happening out of this, and I think we need to think positive.
Yeah, and I guess the other aspect to it is not only to build, and the park board's talked about this, and it's just to put the new infrastructure in, but to also put the extension out there to where if we do want to do additional things like a cabin or whatever, some of the things that we're talking about, we have those stuff to be able to connect.
And we actually did add 4 spots to the existing campground side, so that right there, a little bit extra.
I could see overnight cabins and stuff.
Oh,
out
I
there.
think
They're
that'd be
just-
wonderful.
The sky's the limit and the income. You know, I remember way back when we were talking about the seeded money now, the economic development income tax. And one of the things that stuck in my mind was the tourism dollars that could come in with very little infrastructure. I mean, we didn't have to build factories and these different things. And I'll tell you, the tourism dollars, we need to look positively at that.
Yes, I mean, there's.
What do you think, Dave?
I'm with you.
Yeah, there's some park departments and recreational departments that estimate every dollar that the county puts in for parks, you get $4 back. That's a pretty general estimate among the park departments. And that's across a lot of different things like shopping and real estate taxes and all those different aspects.
Well, I mean.
The number one thing is that this will stop people from leaving their air conditioners on all week while they're not there. And I'm not trying to make anybody mad at any of the campers, but we know at least one. Yeah. So it's a win-win.
People leaving their open air on cars that week of
It's great, they need to pay for that.
Well, just want to take care of that.
Yeah, I really wanna see the meters out.
I do too.
because I think.
bringing it up for about the last 6 years.
And we would have loved it for over the last 10 years
But
as
yeah,
well. It's just that we just didn't have the money. And I don't actually had built the park department up to where we are generating some funds off of and the campers are really the main source of revenue.
And I'd like to just say publicly that our tea party out there was.
That was great.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of good things. People had a
It was
good time.
a lot of
It was
fun. It really was.
And I think we gave, how much did I give you? 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, 768 went to them and the other 70, it went to those.
What Amy sold on the,
There's There's some money left out there, yes.
maybe $100 from the silent auction, so we
Yeah.
both ended up with about $1,000.
There's more money for the library if they pay.
About $1,000 a piece.
Anyways.
And all right, Kathy, Norm really helped us with that. Innkeepers.
And we got nice Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
You're gonna be using those all summer.
Yeah, I know.
I look like, Napoleon.
Huh?
That's
Yeah, so we present where we're at.
So we need action on this, guys. Bill, we need
Yeah, if you
action on
approve
that.
this, do we? No. So that's the we're going to go. Good job. Keep up the good work. You didn't contact anybody else?
Yes, I did. No, Bob, territorial, or whoever Bob works for now, couldn't get an electrical engineer. There aren't very many.
He has one, Lochner has one, there's all kinds of, I think, would you like them? 10 people.
Well, and the other thing we'll make sure with this United is that we'll put them in contact with the planning group, saying, check all of the people who are registered to do this type
Yeah.
of work in the county.
And make sure.
That they're all aware of it.
Yeah.
So that's something we can do.
All right.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to tell everyone, since we're talking about the tea party and all the things going on for the 4th, we have Kids Craft going on every Saturday morning. We have coffee and conversation for 50 plus on Thursdays at 10. We have teen board game at Thursdays at 6. But on 4th of July, we're gonna have a birthday party for America. You should come and wear costumes.
I'm thinking about that 50 plus thing and you're looking at. That's what I'm saying.
Go out there, but you guys won't card me with you. Okay, I just don't wanna get carded.
All right, thank you guys, appreciate it. So I got a phone call, I got an add-on item to the agenda here at the last minute, and Dennis Eastock had contacted me, and our contract is going to run out with city court at the first of the year. So they want to know if we want to gonna continue to fund city court or what we're gonna do, because if we're not gonna fund it, they gotta have time to dismantle it. So,
That's Cassie's expertise there.
yeah, what do we pay now for city court?
Well, you had in the appropriation, I think, $100,000 and they overspent it. They just submitted a bill that went over the 100,000 and I wrote to them and let them know I think it was 41,000 over.
Ooh, over. Oh, wow.
How do they spend more than they have?
Well, they submitted the bill. We haven't paid it.
No, I understand that, but I would think they would have come in and warned us.
I don't know. We only get a bill twice a month or twice a year from them. We got the second bill last week, I believe it was, and it would have put them 41,000 in the red, so we haven't paid it.
That's because they're probably funding it and then we're reimbursing what they're based off of. So they can go ahead and overspend it. Based on what they have. That's what they're doing. I'm sure that's what they're doing.
I think Todd's right. I mean, they're not trying to make any money off of us.
No,
But Bill, if you don't mind though, if I could just interject, and again, I'm not trying to steal Cassie's thunder because I heard Bruce ask, but just want to remind though that the alternative to doing this, which this saves us a lot of money, it helps the type of offenders we have in Starke County. But if we are going to open up a whole nother court, it needs a whole staff, and it also needs legislation to approve it. And we can't just assume that the legislators are going to approve it.
But city court's out at the jail, right?
Yeah.
Now?
yeah.
Yes, I think it is.
I don't know if we have any other choice. What would happen, Cassie, if you eliminated that court? Wouldn't it burden someplace else?
What I've been told is the two options that would remain would be to open a superior court or to allow the circuit court judge to hire another magistrate. But we have to think about how both of those options would also affect the clerk's office.
Oh, yeah.
Because right now, city court pretty much is a self-sufficient entity and doesn't burden the county clerk's office with their
So we would be
business.
wise to continue with
Well,
the,
the thing that has always bothered me about Knox City Court being in county building is that only the residents of Knox are able to vote for a judge who the county is funding, so it is disenfranchising the rest of the county.
Just like the 2 mile jurisdiction.
Yeah,
Same thing.
well, and we don't, we're a 2 mile jurisdiction, but we don't get to vote on the judge.
Right.
No, but what she's saying,
Disenfranchising
yeah.
everyone outside of
so
the
what she's
city.
saying is if I get a traffic ticket, I don't have a decision to vote on the judge, plus my county money is paying for the not city clerk, but we can't vote on the judge.
Well, then, can that be changed?
No, not unless you put it to Superior Court, they're the only way. And if you did, it'd be $500,000 probably.
Is that a big problem, only having the city of Knox people vote on it?
Well, it's just like she said.
It's taxation with
Constitutional
representation.
disenfranchisement, so it is a big deal.
Bill? Bill?
Yes.
What if we vote, and just throwing this out there, I'm not trying to speak for anybody, but what if we funded it one more, so quote unquote, one more time, but also set up a committee to do work on this and, explore this and look at the two options that Cassie has brought up. I've asked in the past, and with all the staff, like you have to have a complete staff to support a court, but I forgot, Cassie is right about the magistrate part. I was told that before too. But they still want more staff in the clerk's office if we had a magistrate. But I mean, I think it would take some time to explore this. My opinion, my personal opinion would be to continue. Theoretically, we could just call it one more time. It could be more than that, but at least give us some time to put a committee together that has people that are qualified to investigate it and can also speak to the state legislators. Like I said, you know, if we went the Superior Court route, it would absolutely require legislation anyways. And so, I haven't reviewed caseloads myself and things lately, so I can't speak like I'm an authority. So I think it would make sense to at least do it one more time and then explore, do a real exploration.
I think
It's only June. I think there's time, plenty of time for exploration in the next 6 months. It's always bothered me that the county is funding all of the operations, but only the people of the city of Knox get to.
How do we change it?
I agree.
Well, the options are a Superior Court or another magistrate.
So you're talking.
But it's in,
Or make Knox, give it back to Knox and make them fund it, but they're saying they won't.
So we would be a minimum of the magistrate to take over, plus more people for the clerk's office. I mean, if we got 2 or 3 people, I mean, right there, the salaries alone would be close to what we're paying.
be creative.
Right, yeah, and I'm not sure, I think magistrates make 80% of what a circuit of what the judge
Right.
by statute.
Good.
And I'm not sure what that's up to, like, is it up just in 160,000 circuit court?
180 now.
180,
Yeah.
so magistrates make
Do we need
80% by
action on this
statute.
tonight,
yeah.
Bill?
What's that? I'm
Do we
sorry.
need action on this?
You know, I don't think so. I told Dennis that I would call and give him a report, but I think we need to take a little time with this.
I agree with Cassie on the the voting issue of
Yeah.
it, but for the finances of it, I don't know that we can. afford not to say it.
Is that the current circuit court can absorb the cases.
True.
But, you know, I think maybe perhaps, I'm sure the appropriate person to discuss that would be Judge Hall. As far as
I think
whether
Dave's right. I
between
think you
his
need to
calendar
make
and the current, the two judges' calendars would need to be looked at to see if there's room to absorb the, any additional cases.
Okay, do I have a motion to create a committee to look into this?
I will if Dave doesn't want to. You want to make that motion, Dave?
Second Bruce's motion.
Or whatever.
I didn't hear what he
I
said.
didn't need.
I think he said he'd second my motion or.
Okay, so are you okay with
I
that,
will,
Bruce?
I will,
So
yeah.
I got Bruce with the motion to create the committee. I got Dave a second. Now, we got, what we want, three? Three of us that
We
we
need
need
to
to
vote 5 people.
Yeah.
And I'm not qualified.
I'm,
Cassie for sure
Yeah.
would be our natural choice.
Well, my only problem is that, you know, when I'm off the council at the end of the year, I will more than likely be practicing much more in front of the judges of the Starke Circuit Court. So if I'm on a committee that makes a recommendation that the current sitting judge doesn't
15.
like,
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Well, we need to decide because I'm certainly not qualified to be on that board.
Dave, would you wanna be on the committee?
Does it have to be a council person? Because, you know, maybe someone like Leslie Baker would, she's definitely qualified.
Or what about Angie, Judge Hasbro, and Kim Holland? Just have them present it to us. To Cassie's point, why don't we just have the existing ones, ask them to prepare it and present it to us? Like, they're the ones that know.
It'll never happen.
Yeah.
If you think that will realistically happen, sure.
I really feel like it would. I mean, we could ask. I mean,
Maybe
We
they.
could ask.
numbers, they know what their standings
I
are.
will,
We tackle this before it gets too close to the end of the year.
I will
good
call,
idea.
I will call over tomorrow to the courthouse and see if I can make an appointment with Judge Hall and start there. Let him know what's going on, what our thoughts is, and get his recommendation. And then I'll also go see Mr. Hasnell at City Court. I'll make an appointment with him. If you
That's
guys
a good
are
idea.
okay- If you guys are okay with that.
I'm fine.
Okay, all right, well, I would say we table this till next month then.
Sounds good.
All right, okay, so we're just gonna table that till the next month. I will go see the two judges and see what we gotta do. So,
Could I add, this doesn't have anything to do with this, but per the contract with economic development,
Concentrated.
I went and did an audit Thursday morning.
mhm,
And I sent you guys all the audit that the CPA did. And I did a procedural audit, and I saw no findings. I have gone through their financials. I see nothing wrong. I just wanted to report to you that everything looks good as far as our part of the contract that we're supposed to, you know,
It's one.
I did the audit, so, and everything looked good.
okay, well, thanks for doing that.
And I sent
Mike.
you guys the report, so.
Yeah, it's it's 2 pages of some verbiage. There is no financial disclosure, financial report like I requested.
Well, because
And also,
it's a public entity and they,
but it has public money. I don't care if it's private, it has public money. And the contract says that, and not only that, we were supposed to get a report from the Economic Development Foundation. We haven't got a report one time in 6 months. That was part of the whole deal of you guys approving the contract. Plain and simple.
I'm just
I
like,
don't buy it.
I did the audit like I was asked to do, so,
So you sent the books then?
yes.
Did they send them to you?
No, I had to go there. They're not allowed out of the office. I looked at them there.
So if you were asked to do it, why wouldn't the council have known that you were asked to do it?
It's in the
In
contract.
the contract.
Oh, okay, I see.
It is a notice. He is supposed to facilitate it.
And you don't feel that it was, what was accomplished was what we asked for?
What? So you tell, somebody in this board, tell me what their financials are now after all this. Nobody knows because there's nothing in front of us. What is there? There's a 2-page letter by a CPA that says everything's fine. Okay, big deal. You know, big
I
deal.
did go through their financials.
Right, you did.
Jake was sitting on one side of me and Don was sitting on the other.
And that's fine, but the taxpayers of this county who pay them money and fund that, we need to know where our money is. That is the reason Marshall County is getting ready to do away with their Economic Development Foundation, for that reason right there. I'm done speaking. I've talked about this till I'm blue in the face and it gets nowhere, so just
Well,
deal with it later.
They're above it.
That's all I can say.
Well, Michael, thank you for going over there. I appreciate it.
Are we done with Todd's discussion then? I mean,
Here's some.
well, I don't know that I'm satisfied. I mean, how do we even know that they need our funding? Are they salting it back? You know, so many of these Dave, hang on a minute. So many of these organizations that we're funding are salting things back. And that's crazy. Why should the taxpayers of this county be funding these things and they're squirreling this money away for whatever?
Or when the contract's over with.
Yeah, and so I would like to know, do they truly and really need our money? I think that would be first and foremost on the
Absolutely.
council's mind.
Like to know, yeah. Absolutely.
My golly, it's like us driving Chevrolets and we're gonna give money to people that are driving Cadillac. I'd like to know if they're showing off or they got the money to do it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with us knowing that.
I think the taxpayers of the county deserve it.
Well. And they're not the only organization that I would like to see where the funding is at.
I mean, the problem with all this, it turns, everybody makes everything personal. This is like far from personal. I could care less if Popeye Sailor was in charge of the economic development. I don't care. It doesn't matter one bit to me. What matters are the optics and the way it looks and the fact and the truth of the matter. That's it. None of this backdoor stuff about, yeah, it looks fine, but we can't show it to you.
Okay.
Now, that makes a lot of sense. That's like saying, well, I'm gonna go get my wolf, but it really didn't kill your chickens, but it's in your pen, okay? What's the difference?
You know, I'm just gonna sit it down with everybody.
Here, so.
Okay, excuse me, just a minute, and I'm not trying to change the subject. I got something mailed here to me today. It's real short. I'm just gonna pass it down, let each one of you guys read it and so forth. And Todd, you guys can keep the conversation.
I'm done. I've talked about this enough that it falls on deaf ears. There's no sense of, the people in the county know, that's all that matters.
I wanna say
So Howard,
something. What I do wanna say is I voted to fund this, to fund them. But I did ask if they would come in periodically. I don't know that I said every quarter, I'm not sure, and give us a report. So I am publicly requesting them to come in our next meeting, bring us everything they legally think, and our Justin thinks for us, that they legally need to give us their financials. And us review them, and they're subject for us to ask questions of where the $80,000 is.
Is there any reason why we shouldn't know if they need our money, Justin?
did you understand that?
Not really.
No,
Maybe it's got something to do with TIF.
that's why I was wondering.
I don't.
Yes, that has to do with.
Okay, that's why. It has to do with TIF. Yeah, that's why they don't care about giving money to the Economic Development Foundation, because they're getting it all off the TIF. They don't care.
Well, that's what I thought too. but-
That's what, yeah,
Okay,
What are you guys doing?
that letter.
Oh,
so meantime, guys, I have, we had 3 companies send in their paperwork for the abatements. So I will read them off. One was Silver's Property LLC. The second one,
On Silver's properties formerly known as Traffic Control.
Traffic Control, Barry Triska's place. The next one is Northern Indiana Public Services Company. And the third one is Mammoth North LLC.
Not to backtrack, can I ask a question? I wanna make sure I don't want to help me. Not to backtrack. Do you, because Bruce had asked me a
Yes.
question, do you guys want me to reach out to the foundation? And again, I'm not a CPA, but if I'm just gonna say they've demanded all your financials, I just wanna make sure, is that what you guys want?
I thought that's the motion that I made 6 months ago.
understood. yeah.
Sorry, Bill, I'm not, I just want.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I want everything to be
Yeah.
transparent, so. So that is your, I know that's what Todd asked for, and that's
Yeah,
what you're
supposed to
asking
go.
for too, right, Howard?
Right.
And I also.
And Bruce, so there you go.
Okay.
All right. Yes,
It was asked of them to bring a report every month. The economic.
Yeah, they've never been here one time. Starboard.
Almost positive, it's in the minute. Yeah.
Justin, I'm gonna give this to you.
What is that even?
I think that's TIF.
I
Yes,
think-
that has to do with.
That tax increment
Yeah.
funding thing, that other mechanism where the city
So what do I
gets
need to
taxes
do?
off of that area.
Do we need to accept all 3 of
It's,
them?
it's a complex.
Okay, so
I can't.
So I can get this finished up, guys. I have these 3 abatements that was turned into us that need approval.
See, here's the problem with that. They were turned in May 15th, and there's only 45 days to approve them, or else they're automatically approved. And here we are now, since we missed the last meeting, we're already into where we have to make a decision, and nobody has time to even look at them.
I haven't seen them.
I emailed copies of all those to all of you.
When was that?
Emailed a copy to me, I know, I don't know if it's anybody else. I mean, because you need to have the CB one and not only the CF one, because you have to compare what they said they were gonna do, not what they put in this piece of paper. That, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as the NIPSCO one, I believe in the contract, Nextera was supposed to come in front of the council and tell us that they sold that, but did they? No. No, they didn't.
Just texted me. She wants to know, does she need 3 quotes for the building also or just the permit?
Right now, we're just. I was assuming the building too.
Both would be fine with me.
Yeah, she has to
Said
get
both
those 3
would be
quotes for
fine
that.
with them.
Well, why don't we just vote these abatements down and let them reapply?
You have to vote, you have to put them on notice. Cause we've been through this before.
We got the abatements.
Yeah.
These are
I
their.
know that, but this is whether we renew those abatements.
No, because it's not,
No, this is their financial obligation that they have to report to you.
in their defense, it's not their fault. They turned them in on time.
And how many people that we are giving abatements to haven't turned them in?
There's 5, so I think there's 2. I think Gary Poppins didn't turn it in
As usual.
and one other
They
one.
turned it in a couple of years ago. They did.
Oh gosh, I can't think of the name. It's a woman's name, May Engineering.
But she
I think it was called.
late. And we had that.
No.
Yeah.
So if there's no action for us to do.
If there's no action, it's automatically renewed.
That's just their financials, correct?
Basically, yeah.
Well, it's.
No,
It's-
it's that they're
I don't-
complying with the statement of benefits.
Yeah.
When they applied for the tax abatement,
Yeah,
they
it's
said that they
B1.
were gonna be
Yeah.
doing certain things that were gonna be. You know, of certain benefit to the county, and this is their
Compliance.
That's a
This is
compliance,
their,
Compliance.
whether they're complying with that and following what they said they were going.
but that was the SB1 statement of benefits form, which says on what they were gonna do. And since we're, I don't even know,
Said that
It would have been so.
9, 20,
Step up.
And so there's 1 to 3 employees.
yeah, so they're 66% under what they said they would be.
66% under.
Well, if they have only 1 to 3,
Section 3, employees and salaries.
I don't.
Current number of employees, nothing's listed. Number of additional employees, 1 to 3, making 65 to 75,000 a year on
that's next term. So we gave them a $450 million estimate, but
you have $688 million.
yeah, for 3 jobs.
Which is transferred to Northern Indiana Power.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Originally, I took on their SB form, it was like 20+ employees.
Yeah.
On the original one.
I don't know,
Not the abatement.
we don't have those the SB1 in front of us.
I don't have it, I have it.
Well, here, the statement of benefits,
go.
they attached it
Yeah,
as
okay.
exhibit B. For Dunn's Bridge.
That would have been next Thursday.
No, they listed estimate of employees and salaries as a result of proposed project 0. But number of additional 1 to 3, making 65 to 75,000
That's
dollars.
what it says on the one form and
She's got it.
that's the original SB1.
Yeah.
Copy of the guts.
Okay, maybe it was.
Well, yes, this is this now. This is managed. This is managed. She's looking at next Terra. And I don't know where their SB1, I think their SB1 said about the same. Because that's you see, there's another form called the SB1, which might be attached to that. I don't know.
Probably.
Excuse me. If I remember correctly, one of them that's not turned into us right now, the last one they submitted to us, I was not sure that they were fine with what they told us as far as number of employees or what that's worth.
That's the one that you're talking about north of here,
Gary Poppins.
and they didn't submit one. And I did send out an email to all of them, reminding them that it was due May 15th.
So if Gary Poppins did not send one out, we need to vote to put them on notice.
Yeah.
Right, Justin?
That's my understanding.
Could be.
And then they can come in and explain why they can come in and not explain. And then at that point in time, their tax abatement will be taken away.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't happen on this council.
So it has to.
Yeah.
It didn't.
That makes sense.
When, which one of the solar companies didn't turn theirs,
No, because it got voted down.
right, that's what I'm saying, that doesn't happen.
So is
It all depends
Gary
on
Poppins the
whether
only
the
one we
reps
didn't
and
receive?
got it.
one?
You make
May
that.
Yeah.
engineering,
So-
it was called.
I would like to make a motion that we put,
Hold on just a second. We actually have two. You want to put them in the same motion?
we have, who's the other one?
May engineering or May
Who's that?
something.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay, I will make the motion. For whatever companies did not turn their CF ones in for their tax abatement by May 15th, the deadline, that we put them on official notice. And they have, I believe, 30 days.
I'll have to verify that, but that sounds right.
They have a certain time to respond to us why they didn't do it at Justin's advice. That's my motion.
Okay, so I got a motion by Todd and I got a second by Bruce. I'm sorry.
Second?
Yeah, Bruce by second, but Bruce seconded. I apologize, Bruce.
It's all right. You don't want to, I mean.
All those in favor by signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Now, this
Please.
Now, this
is
document,
not common council. Did you see that?
and well, this Mammoth North is just called an annual report. It's not called a compliance with statement of benefits, and I was just looking through here to see if there was an attachment. Of a
Is it-
compliance.
It should be.
Here's
They're the other
the
ones, right?
statement of benefits.
Yeah,
That's
I
the one
need all
that-
those back.
that's the
Right,
one
but
they have
where's
on
the
file. They don't have to apply, right there, they have to be one.
Right, but where's the?
Looks like attorney.
Right here.
Yeah.
The CF one. That is what they are supposed to, that is what they are supposed to submit, maybe it's not complete. They are supposed to submit the CF one,
Oh, okay.
okay?
Oh, they're,
Wait,
yeah.
that one is called compliance
bills.
with statement of benefits.
They've already
This
got
is
all
not.
these bills, cause they say they're.
It must be, here, let's see
They have
what
my
phone number is. Phone
Yeah,
number CF one,
U/UD.
oh,
so
so
that,
so
that
maybe
must be-
State
back-
form 5244.
there's no action
State
taken
farm.
on 5
They're not the-
176. Yeah.
I think not just wanted to let you know that he wanted you to approve more money tonight and you can't because it had to be advertised.
I'm not really sure, Kay, I just saw that
A
too.
lot of people don't.
That's for,
understand
that's
that
for,
Things
that's
have to
for-
be advertised.
what's her name? Traffic control.
After
That's
the.
I'm not sure.
Justin, on this one for Mammoth North LLC, the document is titled Annual Report. And I'm looking through this document, and I don't see where they have submitted a statement of compliance.
That's very.
The CF one is a different CF one than the statement of compliance. It's a-
This CF.
It's
this-
UD.
Yeah. The state form number, are two different state form numbers, and
And
this one says
Bless you.
compliance with statement of benefits.
That one
and
does
this
not.
one does not.
so something's not right there.
So I would like to know if this one is a suitable
Yeah. Can I,
substitute for this one.
mind if I take?
Well, if we can't make a decision now, we have to put them on notice of non-compliance right now because we don't have enough time. At 45,
Who provided them with those documents?
They're state forms.
They just go on to the state and print them.
yeah, they know by law what they're supposed to supply us. It's pretty, and
Oh, but-
Mike Lynn doesn't have to even send them an email. I mean, that's up to them. That's up to them, not up to us.
Like he's looking at that, I have a bunch of pay vouchers where the planning commission guy was requesting more money and we couldn't do it today. Does anybody want to look at them?
I already saw them.
You already
I'm
saw
on the
them,
blind
Brian.
commission.
Bruce, you want, okay? See. Howard?
I see.
Howard?
They've had a lot of extra movement.
It's good, yeah, we've had 12, we had 13 of them this year. So far.
Okay. All right, so did I give you, right here? So next on here, I need approval of the meetings from April 20th, 2026.
Wow. That's so long ago,
I don't know if I was here.
You were, I don't know.
I usually am, but
Let's
That might have been
see.
Gene, I don't know.
Yes, you were here, Kate.
okay, I'll make that motion to accept the meetings.
I got a motion by Kay. Do I have a second? Yeah, you were here too, Cassandra. I got a second by Cassandra. All those
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, I will send them down this way.
It was just four of us, right? Or was that the meeting for the hospital, wasn't it?
No, that, I know we already approved that one.
Did we?
Yeah.
There was 7 of us.
Yeah,
That's
that was that,
that's their CF, it's just towards the back.
Okay.
That's for 2026.
See,
That's what you're asking.
Thing is, if you look at this CF one.
I'd like to go over that. whole-
Compliance with statement of benefit,
Check that out.
real
Is that a pretty
estate.
good deal?
It's state phone number 51766.
Get over to see it.
And is the other one, it probably doesn't say real estate improvements, right?
It doesn't say compliance with statement of benefits.
CF one, there's two.
Correct.
Well, it could be the personal property form as opposed to the real estate form.
One says real property and the other one
One
says
says
UD.
utility distributable.
Yeah, that's
property.
personal property.
But it doesn't say compliance with the statement of benefits that they previously submitted. And that's why I'm wondering why are we not getting their actual verification that they're complying with the statement of benefits that they submitted when they asked for tax abatement?
That, the one that's on your left could be the specific prescribed form for the type of abatement they requested. Can't say that with certainty. I wish somebody was here from their company, they can explain it to us, but
Well, I know the CF ones for personal property are different than the CF ones for real property.
I don't know if it just,
because-
it doesn't just say compliance because that's the prescribed
See,
form for.
I'm looked it up here now. And that CF1 UD is utility distributable property.
Yeah.
That's what that one is.
Okay.
And the other one is personal property.
It says an instruction of property owners whose statement of benefits was approved must file this form with the local designating body to show the extent to which there has been compliance with the statement of benefits. So that was my question, was whether this form is like the acceptable substitute for this one. So for the utility distributable property, it appears that it is.
Yeah, because IMPA had submitted something, that form to the town of Winnemac for their IMPA project, and it was that, because that came up, and that's why it sprang into my brain for the utility personal property. Again, I'm not gonna swear by it, but that sounds correct.
Are we good with those guys or do we?
Don't know whether, I don't know why.
I
Matt,
mean, it looks like it's to what they said,
Yeah.
whether we know it or not, who knows? Right?
Nope.
Cassie?
do we need action on it?
Well, we don't have to really do anything on
We
it.
need action on
We
those.
do have to,
I mean,
it doesn't matter. We can accept them or what, let it,
If we don't do anything, they're automatically.
they're automatically done. 15 days.
I need all of those back.
What?
Where's the other one?
We don't have any more.
I don't
There's
have,
three.
Oh,
maybe I.
Yeah.
It's a top.
I don't have a pen now.
I'd like to take some of this
That's my
stuff,
pen.
hey Todd,
Thank you.
I'd like to take some of this stuff and put it in a box by my Corvette.
You don't have a Corvette.
Well,
Thank you.
I was
My
talking about
pen.
Joe Biden.
all right,
Maybe that's.
you guys got,
My pen.
you guys got any other business before the board tonight?
Go home.
All right, I'm gonna make it quick, guys. I'm gonna run through here. Miss Bennett,
Okay, taking another
My
one.
pen is broke.
Teresa, anything?
Yeah.
Amy,
Right there.
Kelly. Joanne,
Yes, I raised my hand before. I do know of 2 times the economic development was at the meetings and had done reports. One was Mikey was here for the commissioners meeting, June 1st.
Yeah, we're talking about our meetings, so she's never been to ours. Yeah, we don't care. I don't care about the commissioners.
Then there was the time when Dave Pearman had read off and you and him got into,
Yeah, because that was nothing. That was more
well,
CPA
you
verbiage.
made it sound like they didn't
But
even come.
he is not,
He
is
is
not-
representative.
he's not the economic development. He's our representative. It should have been somebody from the Economic Development Foundation. Should have been here. That's not our board representative. If the director go to the commissioners meeting, say certainly come here.
that's why we're gonna have Justin just request it and try to get the information.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Tom,
Yes,
yes, please quick.
yes. So I don't know if the screen changed. I don't know if Mr. Pearman's still online.
No.
I do want to address that there was a post made online that stated that skill is funded this year, so there was
Yeah.
no money left over to give away. I got my hands on the skill contract, and the question that I have is if the skill contract was not renewed, which it was not in December, and the final payment under that contract was made March 2026 for $20,000. Where are the remaining $50,000 in funds that were appropriated or put in the budget to go to skill for this year?
They weren't appropriated.
So we never, in 2025, we just assumed that they were gonna cancel the contract when we did the budgets back in June of last year?
Yeah,
It
the
wasn't-
money.
it wasn't in
it
there,
just
so they
won't-
must
It
have-
won't be.
So if it wasn't there,
Yeah.
how did we pay him the 20,000 then?
It was there was 20,000 there to pay him, so. You must have done additional appropriation before is all I can figure.
I don't
There was
remember.
20,000 there to pay him.
I don't
That was
remember
all
doing that.
that was there. And we paid him the 20,000 and they sent another bill, but we sent it back.
So,
Why would they send us another bill?
I don't know why they did, but I think
Because-
maybe she didn't
because
realize.
no, she was told to send the bill.
Oh, okay.
But we don't
Sent it
know who
because the
told.
contract was
Yeah.
over.
So we don't know.
So
We
did not
do know, but we don't know.
Oh,
No,
I understand.
Last year, during the budget workshops, there was no appropriation for skill to continue after
Absolutely.
2025.
no.
No, I
So-
don't.
So what if?
It's surely in the budget.
Then
How
they,
could we have-
they'd have had to do an additional
Additional
appropriation.
appropriation.
Okay, I guess on, if I can speak from just
Yes.
1 minute, on what she's saying, I mean, I just have a question. So we voted to give Skill that money to make up for the rent.
Yeah,
Is Knox gonna use that building?
I think they are for this year.
Okay, all right, so say if they're not gonna use it, we need that money back.
But here's the thing that bothers me. Any money that's
Confused.
left in skill will automatically go to the Economic Development Foundation. Truly, that money should come back to the county.
They don't have the rent money yet.
No, I'm saying
Okay.
there, any money that's left in skill as of June 30th. Will automatically go to the Economic Development Foundation. Now, we funded skill. That $20,000 for the first quarter, why doesn't that money come back to the county? It should.
Because the contract went through March 31st. They were
I-
supposed to get that payment.
And I'm not saying they couldn't get it. I'm saying any money that was left over in the skill account.
Should be returned.
Rather than going to the foundation, should come back to the county.
So you don't want to support the adult skill program then?
That adult funding is gonna be
Gonna be what?
funded, right?
No, skill was always under the foundation and it's gonna be funded by the foundation. Here, like, not all of it is it's funded by the state, no. And before the adult program was under skill. Skill is still alive, it's just the adult program now.
Well, you can say that, but it isn't.
No, I'm saying that because it is.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
But anyway, any funding that was left in skill should come back to the county and not to the foundation. And I feel very strongly about that.
Okay. All right. Okay,
So from a legal aspect, does that money just go back to the foundation and the county would have no recourse to get back the extra money that we funded?
What comes outside of our contract,
I
right?
was gonna say, we really didn't have any language, presumably in the contract that talks about remittance of not unused funds. I don't think, under the old contract, so.
Maybe when we see
Could you-
the,
could
maybe
you
when we see
review
the
that
true audit, we'll
contract,
see
so
that.
Just chat.
Yeah,
I think from here forward, if we're gonna do a contract with money involved, we need to put it in there that if it's not used, it's gotta be.
Make sure we have language.
Language to cover it in the future. Thank you, good question. Ma'am? Sir?
The only question I would have, and you guys were dealing with those tax abatement documents and I didn't see what was on there. And it indicated there was X number of employees.
Mhm.
Do they indicate it that we're from Starke County? Are they required to?
We don't,
indicate-
no, we don't know where the employees are from.
Because they don't have.
I mean, I know of a few people from Stark County, but I don't know where the rest of them are from.
wasn't a requirement of the
Yeah.
tax abatement for him to be from Stark County, so it wouldn't matter.
Which seems to be
It should be.
beneficial that they've worked with.
And I wanna ask a question of Justin, so I don't even mean to interrupt you, but this is important that we know this and and the area gets cleared about this. So. In regards to an ERA and EDA tax abatement. If work is begun or a permit is issued, there is no tax abatement. Or no ERA, am I correct?
That's my understanding.
Okay, because there was a statement made. That the BZA cost the county millions of dollars. Because there would be no tax abatement, well, it wouldn't have been a tax abatement because they had a permit and they said they started work. So that's a moot point, thank you, that's all.
Okay. Purdue. All right, with nothing else, I will ask for adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Todd, make this, Cassandra second, all those in favor? Aye.
You can tell by my tail lights.
I apologize for agency.
Oh, what?
For council and not.
Did you find me that address?
Oh, yeah. Said that.
Yeah.
That's what.
Almost put up Sarah, I wouldn't have been able to get it.
I'm good.
And now. Since they decided to down, they couldn't get